Hi friends, I hope you are well and thank you for watching this video today. I'm keeping my promise and uploading another video, so yay me! Today I'm thinking of playing with stem sets I designed a while back, and I'm using evergreen foliage and Take a Leap of Faith from Evelyn T Designs. So I like taking out stem sets I already own and giving them a new lease of life instead of getting new stem sets all the time. So if you're like me, you might want to consider subscribing to my channel for ways to give new life to stem sets you already own by using new techniques, different techniques, or combining stem sets together. Alrighty, for this card, I'm choosing to use this bear and this bunny stamp image from Take a Leap of Faith, and I'm going to use my Misty to stamp. I just like that I can stamp multiple times on the same spot if I want a darker image. So I positioned the stamp and inked it with black ink initially, but as you can see, I decided to use a brownish ink instead. I kind of decided halfway through that I wanted a no-line coloring effect as I was stamping the critters. Oh, and since I'm going to use watercolor as one of my mediums to create this card, I'm actually stamping on watercolor paper. Now I'm going to choose a few foliage images from the evergreen foliage set. I'm arranging them on the watercolor paper to see if I like where they are positioned. Using an acrylic block, I picked up the stamps, and then using a brush, I painted some watercolors on the stamps. The first brush that I used was a little too soft, so after painting it for a bit, I realized that it wasn't really working so well, and I changed to a flat brush instead, and the flat brush works much better. The flat brush is able to pick up more water and cover a bigger area of the stamp when I paint it on them. And the watercolor gives the stamping a very interesting effect because the resulting stamped image is not exactly a crisp image, and you can never really tell how it might behave, but I think that in itself has a certain beauty in it. After I finish stamping the stamps with watercolor, I cleaned the watercolor off and added a different paint on it and continued stamping to fill in the gap. I wanted it to be a very lush foliage kind of effect on the bottom of the card. So just a couple more and I'm good. Then I added a wash of water to the top part of the paper so that I can create the sky with a wet on wet technique. On hindsight, I probably should have painted the sky first and then stamped the foliage at the bottom. Oh well, maybe next time. And then I felt that the foliage at the bottom wasn't enough, and so I added more foliage stamping with watercolor at the bottom to make it appear fuller. I felt that at this stage, I just wanted to fill in every single gap that I can see, and I just continued stamping and filling in the gaps. So leaving the watercolored piece to dry, I'm going to use my Faber-Castell Polychromos colored pencils to color my bunny and bear. And after that, I will fussy cut the images to be used on my card. With colored pencils, always start with the lightest colors first, and then we can work from light to dark. You can always add the shadings and the depths towards the end. Oh, and by the way, I recently learned how to make pretty thumbnails for my videos too, so I'm really excited and happy to be able to play around with that. Please let me know what you think of my new video thumbnails. I would really love to hear from you. Here are my fussy cut critters and the background image. I'm so happy with how the colors match, like the foliage is so vibrant, it makes the critters pop. And now I'm going to see where I'm going to position the critters so that I can decide where to stamp my sentiment. I'm going to use the Misty to stamp the sentiment so that I can stamp it multiple times to ensure a dark, crisp image. I usually use the VersaFine Onyx black ink to stamp my sentiments because I like how it produces a crisp and dark image. Then I'm going to the watercolor paper to my cardstock with my favorite glue tape from Kokuyo. I think this has been my favorite glue tape for at least 15 years. I can't be sure, but it's definitely more than 10 years. And at one point in time when it wasn't available in the United States, I actually bought a stash of them from Malaysia when I went back for holidays, and I kept a stash here with me. I'm just going to use a bone folder to crease the card a little bit more so that it stays flatter. And next I'm going to use glue dots to pop the little critters on the card. That will give it a little dimension, a little added dimension and interest. Gonna firmly press it down when I am happy with where the positioning of the bear and rabbit will go. And there you go, here is the finished card. I quite like how the watercolor stamping makes for a very interesting look. It may not be suitable for all kinds of stamps, but it definitely works for the foliage or greenery kind of stamps. So these are the two stamp sets that I used, Take a Leap of Faith and Evergreen Foliage. So what do you think? Would you give this technique a try? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Remember to hit that notification bell as well so that you will be notified when I post my next video. Till next week, take care and have a great weekend. Bye!